my channel. It is your girl, Dutchy. Flannels on, snapbacks on. We are ready for a Q&gAy. Hello. It has been a hot minute since I've done a Q&A with you guys. So yeah, what better time to do it as part of a Pride Month, Pride themed video. Y'all already know what it is. I took to my Instagram and asked you guys to ask me whatever questions you have regarding me, sexuality, Pride Month, anything you want, and I will endeavor to answer as many of your questions as possible. And without further ado, let's head on into this Q&gAy. Who was the hardest to come out to? I've answered this many a time, and every single time the answer is going to be the same. The hardest person to come out to was myself, for sure. I'm really scared to come out to my family. Any advice, please? I think you just have to be 100% comfortable in your sexuality before coming out. Then if you are willing to and you think you're going to be coming out into a safe environment full of support, even if it is going to take a while for them to come to terms with it and that you will still have a roof over your head sort of thing, I think you can write them a letter, you can sit them down and have a chat with them, you can come out of your closet, you could go downstairs wearing your pride flag, you could ask for a pride flag. I will link a few videos below on ways to come out. But yeah, I guess it's very subjective and different for every individual. What are the things, body parts, looks that you find the most attractive on a girl? This doesn't really differ from guy to girl for me. I love eyes and I love teeth. Eyes and teeth are two of the first things that I notice on an individual, in girls too. I'm also very into tomboy, almost androgynous dressing females. Was your first kiss a girl or a boy, and when? My first kiss was a boy and it was in primary school. Did you ever think you were gay? Yeah, I thought I was a lesbian for the better part of figuring out my sexuality, actually. I experienced a lot of internalized biphobia, and for a while I was very fixated on the fact that, or my newfound attraction to women, that I completely forgot about men for a while, and then really struggled when I was sort of like, wait, I've liked men my whole life, I'm into girls now and like having sex with them and dating them, where has this attraction to men gone? Which didn't necessarily scare me because there's nothing wrong with being lesbian, but because I had been in relationships with guys my entire life previous to figuring out my sexuality, I thought I'd been lying to myself that whole time, and like I was going through a lot of conflict with that. So yes, I did think I was gay for a while. So yes, I did go through the whole am I gay phase. Does your family know about your sexual orientation? Yes, they do, and yes, they are for the most part supportive. My immediate family is very supportive. How can you drop subtle hints that you are gay? I'm actually filming a video on this, but one thing you could do is just like blast girl in red constantly. What advice would you give to your younger self? I've actually just filmed a video that's coming up later on in the month. It is called Dear Younger Queer Self, so keep an eye out for that. I don't want to spoil anything in this video. Do you think you're too young to know is a thing? No, I do not. I believe you can know your sexuality from a very young age. Some people realize later in life, some people realize earlier. I don't think there is a correct time, and I don't think there's a right age, and I certainly don't think there is an age where you're too young to know. What to do about homophobic parents giving the odd nasty comment? I think pull them up on it. I think the best thing you can do is pull them up on it, tell them how you feel, tell them how it makes you feel so that they don't keep doing it. I think that's the best thing to do. And what to do about pushy friends trying to force you to come out? Again, tell them how you feel, tell them that is not okay, tell them you're not ready, and the way that they are trying to make you come out and force you to come out is just inappropriate and it's making you upset. What is your Hogwarts house? I am a Hufflepuff. Could you have guessed? I don't know. Please comment your Hogwarts house below. I would love to know. Do you ever question your gender identity? No, that is something I have actually never questioned. I've always been comfortable in being a female. Were you a homophobic child due to friends, family, society, etc.? No, I never was. My parents are very progressive. There was never any homophobic, even slight homophobic comments made around me, and I never even was really taught that men and women was like the norm. I just knew that love was love from a very young age. I think my parents brought me up in a way that didn't focus on gender as an importance with love or relationships. So no, I was never, in fact to this day I'm shocked that like homophobia is a thing, or you know. How long did it take you to come out? About 6 to 8 months. No, maybe probably 8 to 9 months. Favorite gay movie? Probably Love, Simon. Have you ever hooked up with a guy, or have you recently? Love your channel, by the way. Yes and yes. Okay, a lot of you asked, who are you dating, or are you dating someone right now? Have you guys picked up on something? You guys are cheeky, and I will disclose that information when I feel comfortable. How to deal with internalized biphobia. Big one here, relatable here. I think just reminding yourself that the only reason we experience internalized biphobia is because of society and how it has made bisexuality so like not valid. And I think the fact that bisexuality is a spectrum, and that is why we experience it so much, because we think that, oh, if we like one gender or one human way more than another, can't possibly identify with the term bisexual anymore, which is bullshit, but that is how it makes us feel. I think just going through your thoughts and feelings or reminding yourself that you are still a valid bisexual regardless of how you're feeling or how fluid you are with that term, I think is sort of the best advice I could give. What is your favorite part of Pride Month? 100% everyone coming together, being surrounded by so many like-minded queer folk, hearing about all of your stories, getting you guys involved, especially this year on my channel, and hearing all of your stories and being able to bring them to light and to share them, and just seeing everyone happy and comfortable in their sexualities. I love it. What was your worst experience when coming out? My worst experience with coming out was I lost a few friends, or I lost a lot of respect for a few people that I thought were friends from my hometown. I used to date a guy from my hometown, and we moved away together to go to uni together. We lived together, and then when I started figuring out my sexuality, we took a break, and we weren't going to publicize that because it was for personal reasons, obviously. And if we ever did end up getting back together, we didn't want to go through the whole, we've broken up, we're back together. Oh, why did you break up? Oh, I wanted to explore my sexuality. Like we just thought it was something we should keep to ourselves, or we told our closest friends and family, but we didn't think it was something we had to publicize to the whole world. And we didn't really owe anyone an explanation apart from ourselves, yet we did tell people around us who were close to, but we didn't publicize that on Facebook. We didn't put it everywhere. Hey, you know, we're going on a break, because we didn't feel the need to. And again, I stand by that. But basically, after I came out online as bisexual, a few people from my hometown who I believe are slightly homophobic as well, started a bit of a rumor, or just a bit of a question as to where my relationship with my ex was. Obviously none of them had any idea that we were on a break when I was experimenting and like dating girls. So yeah, this whole thing went around, not necessarily that I was cheating, but it was very like, you know, like what's going on there? Like what about my ex? And yeah, it made me very uneasy and very upset with them that they knew me. These were people I went to high school with. They knew my values and my morals regardless of my sexuality. Thought I knew them well enough, and I thought they knew me well enough to know that I would never cheat on another human being. Yeah, it was just like there was a lot of things going around saying like, but isn't she with Mark? Like, and no, I wasn't. But I don't know. Both him and I didn't feel the need to express to every single person from our hometown, and like, because they knew us as the couple like that moved away together to go to uni together, and like, so I can understand where they're coming from, but it was a shit time, and I guess it just made me realize who my true friends were. How do you define your style or fashion? Verse. I feel very versatile. I'm definitely not as femme dressing as I used to be. Going through high school, I tried to fit in by like wearing what all the popular girls would wear, and wearing all like those tight bodycon dresses and skirts, even though I hated them and I hated the way they looked on me. This is what I wore to my 18th birthday. Can we believe that? That does not look like me. But I wore it regardless, and I was probably fighting with my own internal struggles and identity issues then. But versatile. These days I'm kind of getting back into femme dressing. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, you probably would know I'm getting back into more of like femme looks. I really like cute little, I'm really getting into the cute like cardigan trend, and like, love that. And dresses, I'm starting to wear again. And I'll wear the occasional dress here or there. I'd probably call myself a tomboy that likes to dress femme on occasion. Who kisses better, girls or boys? I think this comes down to the individual personally, but I've never kissed a girl that was bad. How do you catch a girl? Put out your arms and let her fall. That was awful, I apologize, I am exhausted. Milk or cereal first? I put the cereal in and then the milk. What was your first experience at Pride? What was it like? It was absolutely mental. My first Pride, I was actually in Mardi Gras on a float, which was insane. There was just so much emotion. It made me very proud to be who I am. I was just surrounded by so many like-minded queer people. The energy was insane. it was beautiful. I would recommend every single one of you go to a pride if you can and if you feel safe to do so. How many people have you dated? Probably about 6 people, seriously. How do you keep such upbeat energy? The way you see me on here, obviously I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have down days. I have days where I don't have as much energy as I appear online. I am exactly the same on and offline in terms of my personality and how I am with you guys, but in terms of energy, my energy fluctuates like any normal person. I just try to keep happy and bubbly on here, but I have days where I am not as upbeat as this, but I just try to get as much sleep as I can, exercise, eat well, all those sorts of good things. Do you play any instruments? I can play the piano. What are your thoughts on having kids? I would love to have kids one day. I'm not someone, and I've never been someone, like when I was growing up, my friends and like my mum said when she was younger, she always wanted kids, like growing up. She was like, I can't wait to have my own kid, that sort of thing. A lot of people around me are like that as well. I'm not someone that's like, I want kids, I'm going to 100% have kids, but I'm also not against it. I'm sort of just like going with the flow, seeing where life takes me, and if it happens, it happens. I would obviously love to have my own children. But yeah, thoughts on bi guys? Love it. I think society places a huge stereotype on guys not being bi, and I get that. I only have a select few people in my life as guys that I know are bi. I'm sure there are many more, and there's just this massive stigma around men just being gay, not bi, or gay or straight, and there's no in between, which is false. I just hope one day guys feel more comfortable coming out as bi if they are in fact bi. Okay, so my camera battery is about to die, but thank you so much for sending in a question if you did. I'll be sure to do another Q&gay very soon, maybe like a 90k Q&gay. I don't know, because you guys had a lot of questions and I could not get around to them all. So I'm sorry if I didn't answer your question. I will try my best in my next one. But again, thank you so much. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Morning!
Hey gal, you going okay?
Yeah, so I just called